Marilyn Monroe is the embodiment of the glamorous Hollywood image. It's been over 50 years since her passing, but our love affair with her has only gotten stronger. Every girl wanted to be her, and every guy wanted her. She's the definition of the line, "They don't make stars like that anymore." Her style transcends generations, with a lasting influence on fashion and pop culture. Marilyn Monroe's pink dress in A Gentleman Prefers Blondes is an iconic cinematic and fashion moment. The pink dress and pink gloves paired with diamonds has become symbolic of Marilyn Monroe's glamorous image. Since then, many celebrities have paid homage or copied her classic look. Even if you don't know about the movie, you sure know the look. After all, it's more than just some pink dress. It's symbolic of who Marilyn Monroe is, the quintessential American beauty with a fatal feminine charm and a lust for life.
And now, here comes a young lady who has created a real sensation in the picture business, Miss Marilyn Monroe.
Born Norma Jean Mortensen, her early life was filled with troubles as she bounced from foster home to foster home before marrying at age 16 to escape her troubled life. Monroe decided early on in their marriage that there was more to life than being a housewife. During World War II, she worked at a factory before taking up modeling gigs after meeting a photographer. Soon, she was on the front page of hundreds of magazines. With 20th Century Fox and Columbia Pictures, she had a few short-lived film contracts before being let go. At the time, she didn't have the cultivated image we loved her for. After a series of minor film roles, she became a popular actress, with roles in several comedies, including As Young as You Feel and Monkey Business, and in the dramas Clash by Night and Don't Bother to Knock. By 1953, the film Niagara made her a breakout star. It cemented her signature look we all remember her for: blonde hair, red lips, wispy eyebrows, and a beauty mark. This signature look set her apart from other actresses at the time. The sensual image she crafted gave her star appeal. Her name became memorable and bankable. Soon, she was cast in one of her most memorable roles, Lorelei Lee, in the 1953 musical comedy film based on the 1949 stage musical of the same name, Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. While working on the role, Monroe was dressed by William Travilla, who she worked with before on Don't Bother to Knock and Monkey Business. The two formed a close bond, as William, whom she called Billy, was her favorite costume designer. For her iconic cinematic musical number, Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend, the production company requested a risque outfit to match her role as a showgirl. Travilla originally designed a piece of fishnet body stocking, embellished with jewelry on the top and bottom pieces, costing $4,000. Styled with a pair of black pumps, black opera gloves decked with diamond bracelets, a black ostrich feather fan, and a belt showcasing Marilyn's hourglass figure. The outfit made it to dress rehearsals before the scandal happened. In 1949, Monroe had posed without clothes for a photographer. The original outfit was scrapped as it was deemed too racy in light of the recent news. The then studio head at 20th Century Fox urged Monroe to deny the story. Though the actress historically has been given the dumb blonde role, it's notable that in this and other instances throughout her career, she proved to be exceedingly savvy in handling her own PR. Marilyn consented to an exclusive interview with Mosby. She explained why she agreed to the photos, taken by photographer Tom Kelly. It was for one simple reason: poverty. "I was broke and needed the money. Why deny it?" she said. "Besides, I'm not ashamed of it. I've done nothing wrong. Tom didn't think anyone would recognize me. My hair was long then. But when the picture came out, everybody knew me. I'd never have done it if I'd known things would happen so fast in Hollywood for me." Her strategy was a success, and people became more interested in her and her films. However, Travilla was given an emergency mandate. The body stocking costume was thrown out because it was too racy. They had to cover her up. Instead, Travilla made the now iconic pink dress. Years later, Travilla explained, "Any other girl would have looked like she was wearing cardboard, but on screen, I swear, you would have thought Marilyn had on a pale, thin piece of silk. Her body was so fabulous, it still came through." The original concept sketch for the new dress included black gloves and shoes, but no one is sure why they became pink. Travilla redid his sketch to show pink gloves. When people see the actual dress, they often remark that in real life, it's lighter than it appears in the movie. That's easily explained by the use of glorious Technicolor, according to Travilla himself. Not only did he have to design the dress, but he had to make sure he got the fabric right, as Technicolor would make it appear more vibrant on film. This dress was made out of peau d'ange, a sort of silk satin. He tried to show the outline of the body while also allowing for the dress to move with the body. Also, it wasn't allowed to crease, which was rather difficult when Marilyn was moving up and down the stairs. Eventually, the silk satin was glued onto felt, with a black lining added to the back to give it a stiffness. The Travilla-designed gown itself is a strapless, floor-length dress with a straight neckline. The color itself is called shocking pink. The sleeveless dress allowed a pair of opera gloves to be worn, but on screen, they were an original pair of opera-length tubes. Attached with a thin belt, on the back is an asymmetrical pink bow stuffed with ostrich feathers and horsehair, used to emphasize Marilyn's movements as she danced. Jeweler Harry Winston loaned the gorgeous diamond jewelry Marilyn wore in the performance. Overlaying diamond cuffs over the pink gloves made the outfit more luxurious and glamorous. The dress was complemented with a pair of black satin stiletto-heeled shoes by Salvatore Ferragamo. Travilla's notes reveal that Monroe wore 2 identical copies in the scene, as it took a long time to shoot, and the dress, being floor-length, was very prone to getting dirt on it. Without digital retouching, they changed the dress instead. The famous scene probably wouldn't be so admired if it wasn't for the pink gown. The musical number became the most famous scene of the movie. No one can croon Tiffany's, Cartier, and Harry Winston quite like Marilyn Monroe. Her sultriness was unmatched even to this day. The symbolic movement represented Marilyn Monroe. Her rags to riches story is reminiscent of the American dream, in addition to her true sense of freedom and rebellion where no one could own her. Marilyn decided who she wanted to be, and she never let anything stop her. An icon of the drive for success in the 1950s and 60s, materialized on screen with her extravagant possessions and emphasis on diamonds. It was perfectly fine for her to enjoy materialistic possessions. In fact, it made her an unlikely feminist, a word unbeknownst at the time.
Don't worry about me. I'm only concerned about you two.
While beautiful, Marilyn Monroe was a complex person, which made her more fascinating to everyone. Marilyn constantly was taken in photos by paparazzi or by the most legendary fashion photographers. She was capable of inspiring others in more than one way of life. When asked what she wore to go to bed, she replied, "A few drops of Chanel No. 5. It didn't take much to inspire other women to adopt it. Monroe was undoubtedly the queen of evening dresses. She was not afraid to show a little skin and was never vulgar. Her aesthetics became a legend in fashion. At the premiere of Ethel Merman's Call Me Madam, Marilyn wore a similar white dress to her pink gown from Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. The strapless, form-fitting, rigid style came to be associated with her. Instead of a giant bow, she opted for a white belt and a white sole. Even without diamonds, she shined on the red carpet. Needless to say, she stole the show. Marilyn Monroe did not become a cultural icon with one dress alone. 2 other iconic dresses she wore were the white dress while standing above the subway gate in the 1955 film The 7-Year Itch.
Oh, do you feel the breeze from the subway? Isn't it delicious?
And the crystal bedazzled gown she wore as she crooned "Happy Birthday" to then-President John F. Kennedy. Even now, both dresses are regularly imitated by many and uniquely symbolize Marilyn. While Gentlemen Prefer Blondes' message has become outdated, Marilyn Monroe is timeless. She shined on-screen and off-screen. As someone who was so special, but also troubled, there was this enduring vulnerability in her, which kept the public curious about her public and private life. Her style embodied that. It was synonymous to old Hollywood and everything glamorous. She set the stage for trends, often showcasing her hourglass figure. Her lavish style, along with her irreplaceable aura, has transcended decades. Marilyn Monroe's style is the epitome of glamour. Who doesn't want to feel glamorous? Over the years, the pink dress has become an icon of fashion and film and is often imitated and parodied. One of the most famous of all is the one represented by the singer Madonna in the music video for her 1985 hit, Material Girl. It was a perfect thematic match to the song, which similarly deals with the thoughts of a woman who uses her appeal to secure material wealth from men. The video actually subverts the original message behind the dress. Instead of diamonds, the suitor tries to win Madonna over with daisies. Madonna ends up falling for the man with a pickup truck, instead of the suitors trying to win her with cash and luxuries. However, he's secretly rich, which compounds the contradictions even further. Madonna, the video's director Mary Lambert, and the costume designer Marlene Stewart more or less put the "Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend" homage on the cultural map, taking its feminist anthem origins. The usage of the dress was to play along with the song's theme of femininity and empowerment. Madonna's Homage was a nearly flawless recreation of the original look. In 2020's Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey, adopted Marilyn Monroe's pink dress to Harley Quinn. Instead of having a dress, Margot opted for a jumpsuit. It keeps the original themes, but has significant changes tailored to Harley. The song was about control and ultimately empowerment with feminist undertones, even with the violent turn in the song. Normani updated Marilyn Monroe's classic dress to fit her in diamonds with Megan Thee Stallion for the movie Birds of Prey. The original dress was too rigid to accommodate Normani's charismatic dance style. It turned into a costume the likes of Beyoncé or J.Lo might wear in a concert for choreography-heavy songs. The resemblance is still there with the signature shocking pink, diamonds, and pink gloves. Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend is considered to be a song that represents the enjoyment of materialism. But with Normani and ultimately Birds of Prey, they play into the female empowerment themes of taking what's yours and not dealing with bad men's egos. After all, who needs men when you have a powerful girl squad and money? Perhaps the most strikingly similar homage is by the late Anna Nicole Smith. She donned the iconic pink dress combo for PETA, posing like her idol to advocate against fur. Anna always drew Marilyn comparisons throughout her life for her blonde hair, pouty lips, curvy figure, and her gold digger stereotype. This was an image Marilyn Monroe gained throughout her on-screen career, partially because she was typecast as a dumb blonde, as careers in Hollywood then were more rigid. Similar to Marilyn Monroe, Anna Nicole Smith proved critics wrong as she was more than just a pretty face. Both women knew how to use their allure to get what they wanted, and both played into the ditzy stereotype, surprising people who underestimated them. The homage with the most similarity in star power is Kylie Jenner. Kylie and her stylist Jill Jacobs thought it would be so fun to dress up as a moment in pop culture history, so they had designer Alejandro Peraza of Alejandro Collection create a near-perfect replica of the pink gown. Wearing a sultry strapless silk gown with an oversized bow in the back and arm-length gloves made from the same material, Jenner looked just like Monroe as she posed for a Halloween photo shoot with V Magazine. At the 2016 MTV Movie Awards, Ariana Grande performed her song Dangerous Woman in a Marilyn's pink dress-inspired outfit. Instead of pink gloves, she opted for a white shawl, possibly paying homage to the white red carpet version of her famous pink dress. On stage, Kylie Minogue, Nicole Scherzinger, and Camilla Cabello paid homage while performing their music. On the red carpet, Paris Hilton wore a similar tight-fitting pink dress. This was no coincidence, as she once said, "I think every decade has an iconic blonde, like Marilyn Monroe or Princess Diana, and right now, I'm that icon." In 2013, Glee covered the Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend / Material Girl mashup from Moulin Rouge. But Glee's girls performed the Jazz Up medley wearing their take on the iconic ensemble. Besides stars, everyone wants to feel like Marilyn Monroe. Putting on the pink dress feels powerful, glamorous, and beautiful. It's not the dress itself that evokes these emotions, but being in the same outfit as Marilyn Monroe. And who doesn't want to feel that way? Her iconic pink dress is a Halloween favorite. The outfit will continue to be a piece of cinematic history as well as fashion history. According to The Telegraph, the magenta gown worn by Monroe was dubbed as the most important Hollywood dress ever, and it will continue to be. Even in her passing, Marilyn Monroe outshines everyone, and her legacy is everlasting. As for the original dress, no one is quite sure where it is. The only pink dress known to survive was auctioned at Profiles in History on the 11th of June 2010, with an estimated price of between $150,000 and $250,000. The dress ultimately sold for $370,000. Some skeptics are unsure if it's the on-screen dress, as the felt color is different, hence its low fetching price. In comparison, Marilyn Monroe's on-screen white dress auctioned for $5.6 million, while the touring version auctioned for fractionally less at $120,000. Apart from the glamour, on the other side of Marilyn Monroe's life was the tragedy. Her troubled life resonates with many as her experiences reflect the experiences of many women today. Many merely saw her as an object, but she's more than that. In her own famous words, "I've never belonged to anything or anyone else." She had a luminosity only captured through camera, an intelligence overshadowed by her ditzy blonde roles. She was a passionate actress confined by the rigid standards of old Hollywood. One of the first women in history to own their own production company, Marilyn Monroe represents a movement of self-empowerment as she took herself from a poor background to success. The pink dress doesn't just represent the glamour of Marilyn Monroe, it represents all of her. What is your favorite Marilyn Monroe outfit? Do you prefer her pink dress or white dress? Who's your favorite Marilyn Monroe homage? Let us know in the comments. For more videos on fashion and beauty, subscribe to The Taco.